Hi guys, Kirk and Jay here with Kirk Giordano Plastering. Got a tip for you guys. I'm about 30 feet up on a ladder, no less. Personally, I prefer staging or scaffold, but I'm going to do this one off a ladder because there's a few windows here. Now, what I got is I like to put the ladder just once. I could move the ladder here so I can get this side. I can move it here so I can get this side. But I've learned a long time ago, just essentially locate that ladder. If it's in the way of a window, lift the window up. What I have here is the fellow who installed all these windows. I looked at it and he asked me, hey Kirk, did my guys laugh at? Did they do a great job? And I said, I don't know. It's 30 feet up. I didn't bring my ladder just to look at what you guys have done. I said, did it pass city inspection? He said, sure, it passed. I said, did he bring a ladder and go 30 feet up? He said, no. So I got here. Jay just mixed me up a bucket of mud, and I thought, there's no caulking around the edges, and there was no wire on top of here, just empty space. Now, if I were to call my buddy and say, hey, man, you didn't caulk it, you didn't wire it, I already know his response. He'd say, Kirk, that's why I hired you. You're the best. You always correct everything. I knew you'd catch it, so I don't want to go that route. We just fix what we see. Anyhow, Jason mixed me up a bucket, and this brick mold or stucco mold is out way past here, so I'm pretty good. I don't need to cover this window. I'm not worried about getting any stucco on it. There's a window below us. I'm going to hose that down, but I'm not worried about getting any on that too. I'm going to spread this out, both coats, one shot. It's about a bucket of mud. I plan on coming up here twice. If I got to climb this long ass ladder, my hawk is going to be like this, and I'll show you how I do it. All right, guys, Jay mixed me up a bucket of mud, and Jay knows exactly what I'm looking for. What I'm about to do here, I only want to make 2 trips, but if you're somebody who wants to make 5, 6, 7 trips, you can do that. Jay mixed it rich for me because I told him, dude, I don't want to be climbing up that ladder. You can't do that unless the mud is real rich. Here's the tricky part, guys, and I don't advise any of you guys to do this. Don't be climbing tall ladders with one hand. Got to be an experienced guy to do that. Anyway, I'll show you what I'm going to do first because I got a full hawk of mud. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to pull some of this mud off and put it where I can reach it easily. So here we go. Easily. Until I get a lot of this mud off here where I can play with it. That's what I want to do. Easily. Okay. Now underneath this window, that's where gravity takes in. I'm going to lose some of it. Now what I'll generally do is give me a little bit of mud here, work around this ladder, pushing it up. Now I'm going to go through the ladder, get my next piece, push it up, take this excess, go in here. Now as I'm getting less and less mud on this hawk, it is more manageable. So I'll take this here, go, let's see, well, you know what? If I'm going to have a problem like that, I can throw that in. Try that one more time. Come on, guy, get in there. Get in there. Nope. It is not going to get in there. All right. Try my original idea. Or I'll take it sideways. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it. Now come this way. Beautiful. Over here, I could do that same technique. Throw it, throw it, throw it, then pull it upward. One more, hopefully I'll get it. If not, I got to make 3 whole trips. And that's why we have a water hose here. Guys, close your eyes and just keep it wet. We'll do the exact same thing I did there. I might do a little less mud and just make the 3 trips rather than the 2. Okay, and this mud is already starting to harden because we've got the dreaded aluminite in there. Aluminite or luminite is an accelerator. With an accelerator, you push the speed time, the dry time. Okay, you see how I threw it underneath this ladder? Now I'm going to do the same here because I'm right-handed. And if this mud here, guys, is too soupy or too runny, all of it's going to fall right off. The idea is it's got to be sticky mud. Okay, now that that's done, take this last hawk and do the top. Now, it doesn't take much up here. Get it flush. And then what I'll do here is bring this back, take it here. Show you how sticky this mud is, guys. That's pretty sticky. Here, here. Build it out where you need it. Well, it looks like I am making my third trip. No worries. Coming down. I don't need a lot of mud this time, though. Real tricky, guys, climbing up and down ladders. I used to do it with 40-foot ladders all day long, and I'll tell you what, it's a lot easier when you're about 20. After you add about 30 years to that, it tends to be a wee bit trickier. Oh, that's okay. All right, so I'm back up here. We finish this little tiny piece here. We take it, put it there. Take this side where I didn't finish, right side. Fortunately, I'm right-handed, so that's real easy to get this side. And then what I'm going to do is float this. Give me about 5 minutes to straighten this out just a little bit better. And I'll bring a float up here and show you guys what the heck I'm talking about with the floating piece. And again, under the window, I'm just going to take a little bit this way, flush it out, fill that, flush it out. And last piece I got to do is over here. Get in there, guy. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now give me about 5 minutes for this to set, and I'll float it. Show you guys a tip. I'm wetting this green float, or I could have just stuck it in a bottle or a bucket of water. Now I want a lot of the water out of here. Now the first thing I'm going to do is not go above that window. Why? Because if I go above that window with a float that's just dipped in water, it's going to, all the smear and drips are going to go over it. So what I'll do is, right here I boo-booed and got a little stucco on that trim, so I'll get it off right now. I'll get off this side. And what I'm generally do is, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to take the float right now while it's still got a lot of water in it and float this right side out. And I'm looking at the finish, piece of cake. Very simple. Now what I'm doing is just matching the finish they have, floating in the edges or feathering in the edges. Straight up, straight down, get all the imperfections out. Now take it around this sill and feather into it. Now I still got some water in here, so I'm going to do this side also. Now I float this out and float my joint in. Again, it's feathering in the joint. Just takes a little bit of water, come up here, and now as I'm getting the water out of the sponge float, where's it going? Well, it's sucking into the wall. And by the way, guys, I went ahead and opened this window for I can grab here now. All right, I finished this top piece off, and now I'm going to do above the window because there's hardly any water left in this float, and I didn't want the water to spill all over it. But at the same time, there's enough water to get my texture. There we go. You get that texture with feather in, make it pretty. So when it's painted, it matches as close as possible. There we have it. And there we have this side. Pretty close match, guys. All right. Now what I'm going to do is the last part is feathering underneath. And where the ladder is, I could drop this ladder down to here, guys, make my life easy, or I can just do this, feather up into it, feather this part, then use this half here, come up, feather, and come here, feather, push it up, and come around, and finally push this piece here upward and float it and get that joint just right. So there you have it, guys. That's a simple way to do it off a ladder. And again, Kirk doesn't advise anybody to use a ladder because it's damn dangerous. Anyway, guys, my name is Kirk, Jason on the camera. As usual, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.